It's your girl Astro by Lauren, aka the quintessential quadrant, your favorite mom in the club. It is 2025, new year, new me, but also the same me. It's kind of like a new and improved me, and I hope that you all are still out there being your best selves. And even if you're not at your best right now, I am just happy to have you here with me today to talk a little bit about love and life, and astrology, and how all these things might factor into your world in the coming days and weeks. All right, so it's 2025, y'all. We made it. 2024 was definitely, it was a thing. It was a thing that happened. Is 2024 in the room with us? It's not, okay? It's gone. It's not coming back. We made it. We made it. 2024 was a time of remarkable change and transition, as time always is, but I promise you that 2024 marked the end of, with the movement of Pluto into a new sign, into Aquarius. It marked a true movement into a new era, if you will. It's going to be in Aquarius for 20 years, I think like 24 years, something like that. Pluto's a generational planet, so each of the generations, it can be broken down by Pluto sign. So Gen X is Pluto in Virgo, Xennials, Pluto in Libra, Millennials, Pluto in Scorpio, and on and on. And so all these new little babies, we can come up with a new name for them, and we can make new memes for them and have fake generational wars on the internet. It's the Aquarius way. So in any event, okay, so do you want the good news or the bad news first? So let's see. I guess the bad news is the world is still an ish show. It's rough. It's very rough out here. It's really too much to comprehend. It's a lot to take in. Really trying to absorb the amount of tragedy going on in the world right now, as it often is. So, as a Libra, I work relationally to kind of help us all see what can we do in our own lives through our relationships with ourselves, and relationships with the people that are closest to us, and relationship to our community. How can we strengthen that relationship on all fronts to build the strongest community that we can? Because we are all we got. I'm not even sure which great philosopher started that saying, but we all we got, y'all. And it's really important that you keep your head and your mind and your heart guarded. Guard your hearts, and don't allow them to be broken by the world. And if they are broken, then do understand that. Take every opportunity you can to help yourself heal and to mend, so that we can move forward strong and together. Now, November was a pretty rough time to get anything done, and then December was a pretty rough time to get anything done. And part of this is due to the astrology, and some of it's due to the nature of this time of year being the holidays in many countries, and being winter in the northern hemisphere. It can seem like a lot, but I will say that Mercury was retrograde the majority of November, and Mars is still retrograde now. And what does this mean for you? It just means that it wasn't just you. You were not imagining the struggle, okay? The good news is that Mercury is fully direct, and it's almost out of its shadow period. Even so, Mercury is nice and strong and By January 6th, it will be leaving Sagittarius and entering into Capricorn, which means that it's really going to help with communication being more concise. If you have some plans that you've been trying to formulate, so forget the fact that it's been difficult to even enact the plans. If you have been having trouble even having the presence of mind to formulate some plans, just know that relief is coming soon, by way of an energetic environment that's going to help you see things more clearly, plan things more clearly, and to map out what you're trying to do. It just happens to coincide with the new year, which is really good for all of us. Speaking of the new year, let's talk about resolutions. So we had a new moon on the 29th of December. So when you have a new moon, you have a good 2 weeks to kind of lay the groundwork for some intentions, to set some intentions. So technically, this is kind of a good time to make a resolution. But if you're not in a place to do so, don't worry. You have other resolution windows available to you, such as the solar new year, which is the first day of spring, the spring equinox. That would be March 21st. I think it's the 21st. I get them mixed up. It might be the 20th. Somebody check on that for me. Let me know. But it's the beginning of Aries season, and that is the true solar new year, and that's a time when spring begins to burst forth in the northern hemisphere, and you might feel a lot stronger, an even stronger energetic push to kind of get things started then. So listen, if this new year is not working for you, you could wait till that new year. Also, your birthday, your own personal new year, you can make some resolutions then. So, there's a plethora of options. It's also quite Libra of me to just let you know that we're in the dead of winter in the northern hemisphere again. We're in the dead of winter. And even if it's not cold where you are, it probably gets pretty dark where you are, no matter what. Right now, during this time of year, it's the middle of Capricorn season. Things are kind of somber. People are in hibernation mode, and everything is there's a lot of energy that's dormant right now, because it's a time for rest and rejuvenation. So it really is kind of a really difficult time to get moving. But I will say that as Mercury moves into Capricorn on the 6th of January and Capricorn season progresses, it is an excellent time to plan. All right, let's talk about love. Can we talk about love for a minute? It's always a good time to talk about love. Hey, spoiler alert. Cupping season wasn't actually the best time to be linking up. This is mostly due to the multiple retrogrades and the tumultuous changes in the sky. But I will say that January 4th, Venus, the planet of love and values and sweetness, it moves into Pisces, which is a sign that it loves to be in. Right now, it's in Aquarius, so it doesn't really feel very comfortable in Aquarius. It's kind of analytical and overthinking and not very lovey-dovey, not very affectionate sign. There probably were a lot of opportunities to connect intellectually and to connect over things like video games, and it's probably has been a good time to connect online, like online dating, but could never quite meet up yet, that type of thing. But with Venus moving into Pisces, it's going to create an environment that's a lot more sweet and intuitive and dreamy. You might start feeling much more connected if you've been talking, maybe you've connected with someone virtually, you might start dreaming about them. They might start dreaming about you. It's a much more tactile sign. So you can expect for all things regarding love and relationships to soften towards the beginning of January. In this beginning of January. Now, one thing to watch out for is boundaries. The sign of Pisces kind of dissolves boundaries. It's ruled by Jupiter and Neptune. So modern ruler is Neptune. It's co-ruled, but the traditional ruler is Jupiter. So Jupiter is doing the most. It's the maximum most. And Neptune just dissolves boundaries. In a lot of ways that can be good. But in a love relationship, as you know, we love to merge with our partners like the water, but at the same time, sometimes merging too much can get us in a little bit too deep. The water is too deep sometimes. So it's really important that you set strong boundaries. Mercury is going to be in Capricorn, so that Capricorn invented boundaries. It's ruled by Saturn. It's literally like the boundary king, not gender specific, but just the ruler, okay? And the ruler of time and boundaries. And so make sure that you use your words to navigate your feelings when you're communicating them to your partner. So I'm going to say that again. The feelings may be as deep as the ocean, but make sure that you use your words to articulate and communicate your feelings, and that will help you to maintain better boundaries or to set boundaries if you're not used to setting them. Just remember that while you may be have telepathic communication with your boo, no one is a mind reader. Some of us can read minds better than others, but typically, your partner is not a mind reader, so you have to help them read your mind by using your words. And I know you can do it. And we love a good, healthy, reciprocal, boundaried, and loving relationship. So best of luck with that. But just know the universe is here to support both that love flow and those delightful boundary conversations all at the very same time. There's a full moon in Cancer. Oh my gosh, you guys, I got my dates wrong. Mercury moves into Capricorn on January 9th. So there's a full moon in Cancer on January 14th. And that might be a time when things come to a head. So what's interesting about that full moon is, so Capricorn is the archetype for the father, and Cancer is the archetype for the mother, and the sun is the archetype for the father, and the moon is the archetype for the mother. Okay, so what am I saying? I'm saying that this full moon is a prolific time. It is a profound time for exalting the balance between the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Alright, y'all. Well, I hope that you enjoyed our little kind of year in review, sneak preview of this year 2025 that we have before us, and a little insight into life and love for the upcoming weeks and days. Please feel free to hit me up in the comments if you have any questions about anything that I'm talking about. I do tarot readings and astrology readings, and booking information for both of these items are in the description. Thank you again for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and like and comment and all of those good things. And love you guys. Hope you have the best day, and I'll catch you next time.